Hey folks, welcome back. Doc D in a Dungeon, and had a killer weekend. We had Flea across Florida on Friday, and then Saturday, well, Friday night, Saturday I went up to Arnfest South up in Tifton, Georgia, which is basically a bunch of folks who love antique machinery and restoring antique machinery. Really great to hang out with. I think there was 68 people there. Really good time. Had a blast. So Flea across Florida, we'll talk about that one first. Everybody loves the deal, and we had a good time. I found a fair amount of stuff at priced right. We'll start with some of the bigger stuff. So I just put in my airlines for the shop. I don't have my big compressor plumbed yet, but that's coming up very soon, probably next week or so. So a hose reel, I paid 30 bucks for that. Yeah, $30 for that. So happy to see that. And then when I moved from the north, I had, I don't know, 4 or 5 drain snakes, and the other day our drain was acting really sluggish, and I thought, okay, I'm going to have to snake the drain, and I'm looking around, I can't find any, so I'm guessing that I left them at the other house. So anyhow, I got that for 10 bucks. Let's see, what else did we get? A hammer molding set up, and if you haven't ever seen one of these are really nice to make a lead hammer. Basically, you have a piece of pipe, typically, and you'll set that in there, and there's a clamp that goes around this. I'll probably just use a hose clamp. Use a torch to melt your lead, and then you pour it down in there, and then you let it cool, and then when you break it open, and you've got your hammer. So this is really cool. I just wanted the mold. I didn't need a lead, but he's got, I don't know, there's probably 10 pounds of lead in there. Just a little lead split shot, which, you know, I don't need. I don't really use split shot for anything. I don't fish that much. Yeah, nice to have. And of course, with that was another lead sinker mold, and I'm not really sure what those are for, but I'll probably move the mold along to somebody else. I gave $30 for that. I think I gave $30 for that. Big wrenches, 1 13/16, 1 7/8, 1 3/4, and 1 11/16. 4 of them for 30 bucks. They are not American made, but you know, Cindy, what are you ever going to do with those? Will you ever need those? I was like, well, I don't know. But man, if you ever need a big wrench and you don't have it, and I've been there many times where I needed a big wrench and I didn't have the size that I needed. So anytime I see the big wrenches, I'll pick them up. So, you know, 30 bucks for 4 of them, that's a pretty good deal. All right, we'll talk about that in a minute. Couple of buffing pads, 2 bucks. And then a little pair of pliers that are designed for opening things up. I could see where those would be handled, 2 bucks. A safety wire set of pliers. These come in really handy, 2 bucks. Actually, no, that was $1. And then I have a set of E-clip, C-clip, no, I'm sorry, E-clip, yeah. E-clip pliers, and these are the kind that you can flip it around and it'll focus on opening, or if you flip it the other way, then it'll close. They need a little love, but again, 2 bucks, can't beat that. This was an old Craftsman tap and die set, and I don't need the tap or the dies, the taps or the dies, but I gave 20 bucks for it. What I really wanted though was the thread repair files, because I don't have any, and so yeah, for 20 bucks. it was worth it to me. And you know, just those more extra dies and taps that, you know, I can throw in the cabinet. Probably one of the cooler things I found, 1881 printing of Livingston and Stanley's travels in Africa, and then also the adventures of other famous African explorers. I have a newer version of this, but I didn't have that, and I gave $2 for that. Super happy to find that. I'm a bit of a book nerd, as is Cindy. All right, that was cool. All right, probably the best buy that I got at Flea across Florida. I love to fly fish, and since my dad passed, you know, I haven't been. But Cindy and I are going to Alaska next month, and we're gonna make a month of it. And so I'm just gonna set this down here and try not to scuff it up. Oh, where'd that thing go? So on a table was this aluminum tube, and it says Diamondback on it. And I open it up, and you know, it's got the little baggie, and this rod was in there. And you know, I pulled them out. I didn't even look at the brand. I pulled them out to make sure that they were all intact and they hadn't been damaged. And I don't think this thing has ever been put together. It is spotless. And so this is was spotless until I dinged it. This is a Diamondback saltwater DGS 800 graphite. As near as I can tell, this is about a $600 or $700 rod, new, and I paid $35 for it, and super glad to have it. It came with the reel. It's a Caddis Creek reel, which, you know, 30 bucks, 40 bucks, whatever, and you know, a few flies. But yeah, I'm going to take that to Alaska, and hopefully I'll be able to use it up there. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. And then the last thing that I picked up, again, with the advent of Alaska, some walking sticks. I don't know if I'll ever actually use them, but if I do, great. If I don't, it's fine. But yeah, these are Mountain Smith. And I don't know how good a quality they are, but I gave 30 bucks? Might have been too much. I don't know. But yeah, whatever. Alright, so that wraps up Flea across Florida. Had a really good time there. Let's move a little closer and let's talk about Arnfest. Alright, so at Armfest, you know, again, so Saturday morning was an opportunity to have a swap meet, and so, you know, chance for all us old tool folk, guys and gals, to meet and bring stuff that we wanted to get rid of, and then pick up some stuff that we needed. Maybe not needed, but wanted, or we just saw and had to have. So, you know, probably the biggest ticket item that I got out of that was a 50-inch vernier caliper. It's a Starrett. And Cindy's like, "What are you going to do with that?" What? I don't know. Yeah, I'm sure there'll be a point where I need a 50-inch caliper, and I got it. I wound up trading for this, and you know, the stuff that I traded for, I had a couple $100 in. And so, you know, that was a pretty good deal. And so, happy to get that. Will I ever use them? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Probably not. But so in the swap meet, a guy rolled up and he had a whole bunch of stuff that was basically free. And so he had this support for a horizontal mill. And I was looking at it, and I was like, man, that might fit my Brown and Sharp number 2. And he's like, oh, you can have it, man. Yeah, so I was like, okay. So I brought it home, and yeah, no, it's actually much too large for my Brown and Sharp. So I'm not sure really what it goes to. I'm going to try to do a little research and figure out what it does actually go to, and then we'll move it along to a new home. So, you know, if you have a horizontal mill and you need an arbor support, you know, reach out to me, because I literally have nothing in this. I wound up giving the guy some MT4 drills that were surplus to my needs, that I had gotten for next to nothing. Then another guy showed up later in the morning, and he had this and I was looking at it and I thought, man, that steady rest, I think it'll fit my my Logan lathe, and sadly it will not. I wound up paying $40 for it, and yeah, it's too wide at the base. The base is too wide. You know, $40 I didn't get hurt any, and I may actually just take it apart and make one to fit and use the fingers out of this, or you know, I might trade that off to somebody. I don't really know yet, but you know, stuff like that, you never know. And so I wasn't sure whether it fit or not. I thought that it might. $40, I was willing to take the chance. As we went through the stuff, a couple of taper pin reamers. They're not in the greatest of shape, but I gave, I think, $3 for the pair. You know, I didn't get hurt any. At the dinner last night, we had a silent auction, and so, you know, people donated stuff, and then you bid on it. And I wound up winning this Variac, and I don't have one, and I thought it'd be kind of cool to have for the electronics area, and so yeah, I bid $25 on it, and I got it. So happy to have that. Got some 20 amp 3-phase plugs, one brand new in the box, female and male, and actually I think I got one more male that's probably running around in the truck somewhere. I gave $5 a piece for these, so then they're a lot more expensive than that. I got an MT, I think that's an MT4. This fits my lathe, yeah, my big Cadillac lathe, and yeah, it's in pretty nice shape. Happy to get that. $20 I think is what I gave for that. And then these, guy had a whole box full of these things, and they're little 3-way switches, you know, on, and then, you know, it's got an off position and then a 1 and a 2. And man, to buy these things new, ooh, they're pricey. He wanted $1 a piece for them. I bought 5. I'll probably never use all 5 of them, but you know, for $5, shoot, I'll throw those in the drawer, and you know, I'll help somebody else with their project. All right, and then the last thing that I picked up there at Arnfest, the guy rolled up and he had this silly thing, and he was asking $75 for it. And I walked by it a few times, and I was talking to the other, what did it come off of? And he thought that it had come off of a drill press, but he wasn't sure. He said, you know, I like to have everything in my shop on wheels, and so I bought this. And then he was going to put a drill press in it, and he thought better of it. He thought, well, it might be too much weight. So he brought it along, and I picked it up, and I wasn't really sure what I was going to put on it. And then as we were unloading today, it dawned on me. I'm going to make a roll around camera stand, and this will be the base for it. And it weighs, I don't know, 50, 60 pounds, maybe a little bit more. It's kind of hefty. So that'll be a project coming along. But I was kind of happy to get it. You know, everything in my shop I try to have on wheels if possible. And so yeah. So anyhow, had a really good time. Special thanks still to our laser resurfacing technologies friends that we made there at Arnfest. If you haven't checked out my rust video, there's 3 videos, two videos on laser rust removal, and these guys did the saddle for my Monarch 10EE, which was really, really nasty. I mean, it was so heavily encrusted, I wasn't sure that I would ever be able to do anything with it. And that thing was heavy. But I mean, it was all covered with rust. I mean, it was just covered with rust. This lead screw was nothing but rust, and you know, they spent about 15 minutes on this all told, front and back, and cleaned up all the rust. You can see a couple places where we've got some pitting, but you know, I'm planning on scraping this back in, and man, I couldn't be happier. It saved me so much effort on this. I mean, I don't know that conventional rust removal techniques would even work on this. I just don't know. So super happy that they were there and willing and able to help me. And so after Cindy knocks everything over. So yeah, we're going to get back. Like I said, we're going to Alaska for the whole month of May, and once we come back from there, I'm going to hit back on the Monarch 10EE, and so yeah, super excited. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, folks. I hope you have a great week. Doc D out.